worse than usual, I think.
What's that, Bill? What'd you say?
Wind's been a lot worse
yeah,
up there,
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I don't know, I think they are kind of getting to be more of a mess than anything, and I'm not one to want to take the trees out either, but, you know, it's whatever you guys think would be the best for that.
Is taking the trees out something we'd have to hire to do, or do you rip those out with a payloader?
I don't think we can rip them out, but we could probably cut them out. Cut them out of there and get them down there and burn them before we lose our spot.
Do you still have to haul that pile of?
I would assume so, yes. If you don't, it'll come back. No. You mean the yeah. What's everybody's thought on the trees?
Well, if we cut the trees down and replace them, aren't we just looking at the same problem?
Well,
over time.
Over time.
Yeah, I'd replace them with a different
They've
tree.
been there ever since I've been here, but, you know, it's either, how long does it take for an evergreen tree to grow like that?
Well, it depends on the year.
You don't have to put evergreen trees back
No.
in there. A guy
Put
could
something else, something less messy.
Put a deciduous tree of some kind in there.
or like a all those
Hedge.
Colorado blue spruce, or
Yeah.
you know, something that don't drop the.
But those evergreens, their lifespan about 30 years and they start dying, and it's just the way it is.
I think those been there.
They've been there since I was a kid.
Yeah.
A lot of us got that blight or
Yeah,
too, so they
and I
got
think
deals.
Yeah, and I think that is part of the problem too.
Terrific cold wind up on them.
I will tell you, we'll catch some static, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I trimmed them once and it's about.
Is there any way
Sweet
to
out
use a
and cut the
netting
floor
or
down by my house.
to keep them from getting in there?
A netting from the,
So they get
like
chewed
on the
up,
fence or
cut the
something?
floor down by my
Yeah,
house.
you might help some. You don't have another screen, you'd have to buy a screen of some kind.
You know, if you do that, then you're looking.
You're gonna look at those poles getting bent too, you know. It's kind of what happened to the Senate. Yeah, it's not a good answer to this. And maybe you just keep blowing it out. I mean, maybe that's the way to go.
It's a losing battle anyhow. We don't need it at an expense. You know, every.
But cutting the trees down and replanting them is an expense too.
But
absolutely.
blowing it out will get us through this season.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't think you were planning on doing it again this season, were you?
No. No, I'm just wanting to get an idea of what direction you want to go, because I just know that there's times that I like to keep it up around 4, and that's the most I've been able to get out of it this year. I like to have it 4 to 5, and I've been letting it go back down to about 2.5, 2, which really doesn't circulate like it should. But you know, you can't go up and blow it out every day.
When you blow it back, can you see what comes out of it?
Uh-uh.
You can't.
Yeah. That column pipe is about that big around, and it just where it goes up into it, it's where it gets stuck. And I thought maybe having a screen on it would matter. I don't think there ever has been a screen on it unless somebody took it off, but I don't think so. But the only thing about that is, too, it might stop paper wrappers, and there is a lot of stuff that gets thrown in there from the kids, too, but the biggest problem is that those nettles get up. And like they said today, even if you have a strainer on it, and it's going to be big enough for the strainer, that they're probably going to just go right up in the holes.
Maybe not all of them, though. What
Might
would be
say
the cost
some.
of the strainer?
I don't know.
You got a full pump to do it. You do.
Yeah.
What's that, $5,000?
Yeah. Well, no, I don't think it'd be that much. No, I don't. I'd have to look, but I want to say we were getting a pole and pulling them things out of there for, I don't know, maybe 2. But we'd have to look at that fixture on right about that.
So could
That
we try
pipe-
it the next time we pull the pump?
Yeah, and you know, I guess right now, if it stays the way it is right now, we can probably get by without pulling it this year. And then just, unless it really gets plugged in there and we can't get it blowed out. Now, one day, we went up there and we couldn't get it to get any better than 2.5. Went up there the next day and I got it to go up to 5, and it stayed there for, you know, a few days. So, you know, I don't know. All right, well, that's enough of that. But we can probably get by the rest of the year, but I just want you to know that it's a problem.
That pipe that comes up out of there, is that a T?
Yeah, kind of. Elbow. When it comes up out of there.
And T is not good
Yeah.
for letting stuff through. It
Well, and you know, if you look in that holding tank, you can see a lot of gunk. And you know, the filters get rid of some of them, but they're not going to be able to get rid of all that stuff. And I'm just glad when we started this year, looked down in there, and they had tried to put a makeshift screen in there last year, and that screen was just deteriorated, and they had wood and stuff along the side of it. Ended up having to skinny down in there and get it all dug out of there. But that would have probably really been a problem. But no, like I said, I think we can get by. I just want you to be aware of what is going on up there. And that I think actually she is getting it filtered pretty good. The water has looked pretty good this year, I think.
Okay.
So, all right.
There we go.
I believe that is the biggest part of it.
I'm going to go into committee reports, start with Mike. Todd?
Nope.
Jim?
I guess we're waiting for Jeremy. We asked him for get a bid down here on the elevator road, but you haven't heard anything.
No, and when I did talk to him last, that was when I left that message,
Yeah.
and I talked to him a couple weeks for August or September is when he's planning on doing the street. So hopefully we'll hear something on that other street by then. I'm only did a fast guess. I looked at the bid that we did for the 4 blocks. You're figuring 4 blocks and an inch overlay, and if that street, the 1 block with 3 inches on it, I'm guessing you're probably going to look at around 40,000.
And 1 inch overlay there would be.
No, that would just be
in.
really it would.
It would.
And I don't know what your intentions. I mean, what are we looking at? Just that block, or are we looking at further, like down further, or just basically that block from the elevator back to the circle or something?
That's what I thought we were looking at. That's where the worst damage is.
Yeah. But don't you guys agree it wouldn't do any good to have less than what we used to do, 3.5 inches?
Just a wait.
Well, as soon as I get a solid price, I'll get back to you.
Now we're going to turn it loose to 90,000 pounds about the second day of harvest.
Yep. That's right. That's right.
Butch, I think it's all covered. Pretty much covered.